Okay, you know I love taxis and work vehicles, and well, this is one of them. Okay, it looks like London Cab's crashed into Postman Pat's van, if you know what that is, but basically this was going to be the replacement for the traditional London Cab. So as we went into the early 80s, Metrocab tried to muscle in and oust them with this offering. Now, what they did mistake on is the styling is, well, something only its mother can love, really, I guess. And also it's got a chunk more Austin and Ford style in it than it could really do with. It's a little unusual, to say the least. I mean, if you wanted to draw something that's a most workable vehicle, well, this is what you're going to do it. So by the 80s, the old FX4 type style London Cab, and you know when I say London Cab, the black cab, the cab that everybody uses, that had really started to fall out of favour with cab drivers, because basically they're quite uncomfortable. They're not very nice to drive in a city. Like the early cabs, when you got in them, you had to be pretty short. If you were a big cab driver, it was an uncomfortable office to live in. So they decided to go berserk, and Metrocab made this, which is the perfect cab. Now you're all going to say, no, Crown Vic, but not really. It's this, because this thing is fiberglass. So for the start, I mean, it's a bit yellow. Nothing's going to rust. It's got a galv chassis on it as well. There's a little bits of metal frame in here and there, but basically this thing is sort of indestructible. It had the fiberglass bumpers in it, so you could bump into things a little bit more easy. It was pretty crash resistant. It's got sort of commercial wheels on it. Look at the space in the back of this thing. It's going to blow your mind. For everybody who's been in the back of an FX4, this thing is massive in here. Okay, this one's not the most perfect one you'll ever see, but you're probably never going to see another one anyway. Back seat is a nice comfortable 3. Also has seat belts for everybody, which you don't normally see. And that is your space for a wheelchair. So you can get a wheelchair in this. In fact, you can get 2 wheelchairs in this, which is astounding. The door opening space is massive. It opens all the way up. Look, you can fit anything and anybody in this. You could be King Kong. We get Andre the Giant in the back of this thing. And shields for the drivers, so you couldn't get in the front. So this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you've got little human, there's a space in the front as well, just in case you need it. Check it out, grill. This thing's pretty cool, man. Now I'm a pretty big bloke. I can get in this. I'm probably going to get in a bit. You got a more adjustable seat. It was built like a bus type of material, so you imagine the people are going to get in and out of this all the time. It's great. Montego or Maestro steering wheel, Montego or Maestro dash. This one's got a proper stereo in it, look, proper air. I wonder if it's got AC in this one. Might have. Very importantly, 4-speed automatic. Drink holders. Actually, that's probably a fire extinguisher holder, actually. But if this thing in here, compared to an FX4, is astounding. No aircon in this bad boy. See, little seat in there. Digital cap. Digital taxi meter rank thing, and look, everything is really close to hand. This, I mean, you know, do I think this is the most comfortable thing in the world? No, but I fit in it, and you don't normally fit in FX4s. The earlier FX4s, when they were building these in the 80s, before they revamped them, they were way tighter in here, and like, you know, cab drivers are doing 400,000 or 500,000 miles in these things around London, annoyed, angry, you know, chatty. But what a cool thing it is. So this, compared to an FX4, it's massive. It's echoey in here, but it's really cool. So let me just show you some more of the rest of it. Hang on. So the other thing about this, which is really important, is this is a Transit diesel banana engine. And that is, without a shadow of doubt, the most reliable, decent diesel British engine I can ever think of. Just phenomenal. Plenty of space, easy enough to work on, you know, unless you're used to Lincolns and stuff, in which case it's tiny in here. It's the old Metrocab LTD. But what was the major thing? So this one's been sitting for months. We've just fired it up, obviously, because we can. That's what we do. But this is astounding. Well, I've just got glow plugs on this one or not? Probably not. Look at that. Yeah, all right, it's not the most refined thing in the world, but you're living in a city. You need to get around, you need something to be diesel, you need to be auto. That's preferably the best way. They all sound like that before you think of it. These old transits and stuff always sounded like this, which is work-like. Or if you were your 7.3 Fords and stuff, you'll know exactly this kind of sound. But it's cavernous. It's a cavernous car. And it's got a boot, which is useful. What's the big problem with this? Well, let's face facts. It's hideous. It's absolutely hideous. It's just the ugliest thing they could have possibly have styled. It's a cross between a Ford Granada and Postman Pat's van. Basically, it's too square, it's too ugly. I forgot what the name of the company was now that did car bodies. So Car Bodies then had a chance to come back and restyle the cab to be more in fitting with London. They sold heaps of these in Cardiff and provincial cities because they were super handy. But as soon as they brought out the revamped FX4 style cab, they just shut this thing down. And there's virtually no survivors. Like, these will be a tiny amount left in the UK, if that. Yeah, Prince Philip had one he used to drive around in, apparently. It was green. Do you want one? Maybe. Maybe you do. I hope a couple of people are keeping these things and looking after them, because soon there'll be none left. There'll be single-digit survivors. I bet there's less than 50 of these things left. If there's any more, let me know below in the comments. And the next question is, would you drive this? It's super practical, but it's also super ugly. Is it something that you want? Maybe. Maybe. This one's hopefully going for a good home, and if it doesn't, well, I might have to ship it home with me. Like and subscribe if you get the chance, and look at the rest of the things I do, you know. This is a bit of fun checking at some of these old cars, especially when they happen to be this colour. All the best. Hope you're all doing well. See you soon. Bye.